Hey guys, welcome to today's video. I am driving. I'm going to be watching the road, but I've tried filming and wanting to film this video for weeks now, and it's extremely important that it gets up. So it's going to be kind of shaky, but hopefully you can just listen to the audio and get the point of this video out, which is talking about a medical kidnapping situation that's going on here in Oregon, Portland, Oregon. So we're gonna get started. This is a story that I've been following for a few weeks now, and it is a heartbreaking story. I will put a disclaimer. I, of course, only know what I know from the mother and the family of the mother, different documents that have come out, a news segment. So I really only know, I guess you could say, one side of the story, but there is so much that you can look up and verify if you wanted. So here we go. On February 28th, I believe, Kylee was an 11-year-old girl. She had excruciating pain, and her mother basically rushed her to the ER. And I'm gonna really just glide over this story pretty quick to get to the point. So I'm leaving out tons of details, and you can go to their Facebook page if you want to hear just a ton of the actual details, so keep that in mind. Okay, so they went to the emergency room. Come to find out, Kylee had a tumor inside her liver that ruptured, so she was internally bleeding, and she was a very, very sick little girl. She was basically on her deathbed, and I'm so sorry, it's bumpy, but her mom had to make some extremely important decisions. She had to basically choose between a blood transfusion or I can't remember what the other option was, but she was going to have to choose between a couple things basically, and one could, help her live, and one could not do anything for her. They went ahead and did a blood transfusion. She had to be transferred to OHSU for the blood transfusion, and thankfully they ended up finding the correct blood that she needed. And after that, she had a ton more things happen that, like, her body was just really, really sick. And I know that she had, like, her lungs filled up with blood. She just had so many things that happened. Sorry, I'm literally losing the words right now. So anyways, let's fast forward a little bit here to, I think it was like March 14th. And this is when a doctor came in. They were still at the hospital, by the way, because of all of the different health problems that she was having following this first emergency room visit. So March 14th, the doctor basically just comes in and tells her mom, hey, I was wrong. Actually, your daughter has cancer, because he previously said that he was like 110% sure that that tumor was not cancerous, because he was the one who performed the surgery. He saw the tumor, and he told the mother that no, it's definitely not cancerous. But of course they still ran tests and everything, and come to find out it was cancerous, and it was a pretty aggressive form of cancer, and it was I believe it's called sarcoma, liver cancer. So here, the last few weeks, the mother was thinking like her daughter didn't have cancer, but here she was just bluntly told that her daughter does have cancer. So from there's so much that happened, but to just kind of glide over this again, because I just want to get to the point of this, they do 6 months of chemotherapy. Okay, now this chemotherapy was really not doing anything good. It was so hard on this girl. She ended up going into a coma. She was extremely sick, and on top of that, the tumor wasn't shrinking at all. So, they had stayed there in that hospital for 6 months. Her mom basically, she has another daughter that she really couldn't take care of. She quit her businesses. She quit so much that she had on her plate just to be there right next to her daughter. So keep that in mind. She's giving up everything to stay by her daughter at this hospital for the 6 months that she's getting chemo, and it wasn't doing anything. So Kylee gets discharged, and OHSU basically tells the mother, we only give her maybe a 10% chance of living, and they said something like they would assume she has like 4 weeks left to live. So her mom takes her home and she says, no, I'm not accepting this. She does the best she can, and she starts researching on her own about this cancer, and she does every possible natural remedy that she can to give her daughter a chance. You know, she wasn't gonna let her daughter die. Okay, 2 months later, after she was in the care of her mother at her home, they go in for a checkup, because keep in mind she's still doing her regular checkups and everything, and guess what? Kylie's tumor had shrunk 90%. Amazing, right? Now, of course, there's nothing to prove that what the mother was doing, the natural remedies, that's the reason why it shrunk, but I mean, who cares? That's not even the important fact. The important thing is that Kylee was doing so much better, because I didn't mention that when she was discharged, Kylee wasn't barely walking, talking. She had severe brain damage. She was in bad shape. But after the 2 months, she was doing amazing. She looked healthy. From a lot of friends and family mentioned this. She was doing good, and the tumor shrunk. So whatever she was doing, it was going great. But OHSU says, cool, but we want to go in and either do, I think they gave a choice. They said they wanted either do chemotherapy to shrink the rest of the tumor or surgery to remove a portion of her liver. But the mother and daughter said, we really don't want to go that route. Can we get a second opinion? They wanted to go on with their natural remedies, and they were totally willing to do it in a manner where they would get a second opinion and have, you know, a naturopathic doctor behind them instead of like just the mom doing it on her own. But OHSU says nope. And you know, this, I'm trying to keep like more opinion things out, but the mom says, you know, it really seemed like they were upset that, well, never mind. I'm gonna leave some of that stuff out. Never mind. Okay, sorry guys. I'm trying to stay on track here. There's a lot of things I'm trying to keep out, so it's just kind of like the facts. But so basically, they're told that no, she has to get the surgery or do chemotherapy, or we're getting DHS involved. So DHS ends up getting involved, and they basically try to take Kylee away, saying the mother is doing medical neglect and refusing medical treatment that is necessary. And mind you, Kylee was doing great. She was not an emergency surgery need, but OHSU just had to and wanted to do the chemo for whatever reason, like right away. And the mom and daughter, who I know is only 11, but she should have some say over her body, they did not want to do this. They were refusing, and so DHS said that they were going to take Kylee out of the mother's care. So they had some court, they had a few court appearances, whatever. It was kind of like last minute thing where Kylee's mom, Christine, was just appointed a lawyer and didn't know anything about what was going on, and Kylee almost gets ripped away from Christine, the mother, at one of these court appearances. And DHS basically forces her. They say, fine, we're either taking your daughter, or you can sign off on this paper saying that you don't have medical say over her, that you don't have medical rights over her, and we get to make the decisions, and she's going to have this surgery. She signed it because she didn't want her daughter to be taken away. So she still has the care of her daughter, but you know, now it's the fact that the daughter is going to have to get this surgery. So the mom finds a letter from her 11-year-old daughter that's basically saying that she's going to be running away. She says, you know, I don't want this surgery. I'm scared for my death. I'm scared that you are going to go to jail. I'm running away. The mom does what I would think anyone would do. She doesn't want her daughter to run away. She doesn't even want her daughter to have this surgery that they both do not want. And so she leaves and goes out of state. They go to Nevada. I believe they went there because she was like looking into second opinions for care. And guess what? Her daughter gets ripped away from her by the FBI. And that's basically where we are at now. The daughter has been taken away for weeks and weeks. I think it's been a couple months now. And the mother has federal charges against her. And let me just get my notes real quick here. The charges, I believe, I mean, you can look all of this stuff up. She has charges of custodial interferences, criminal mistreatment, and she got Kylee removed under medical neglect. So, like I said, there's so much that I left out. So much. But basically, the mom decided to turn herself in on these charges now, because if she doesn't do her time on these false charges, then it could just be worse, and she's trying to do everything right that she can to get her daughter back. It's really awful that her daughter can't even be with family right now. She's like in a foster home. She has not had to do the surgery yet, that as far as what I know, but they're trying to do that. But so this is basically where we're at. So the mom just turned herself in today on 8/15. There's going to be a court date today on 8/15 in Oregon City, I believe, at 3 p.m. And I wish I could go into detail more, because there's so much more. Like, while Kylee was in the hospital during that 6 months, they were literally giving her Benadryl every single day. Mom didn't know about, and she's deathly allergic to Benadryl. But my baby's real tired, guys. I'm gonna stop here. I know that's just a chunk of the story. If you want to know all the details, please go to the Facebook page and check out all of the videos and posts there. But all I'm asking is for some support to be given to the mom, and I'm gonna have some ways in the description that you can do that. And again, I'm gonna apologize for the quality of this video. I have tried filming so many times, and I just have to get this information out there. I really hope you guys will take time to look into it. I would love to do another video talking about some of the crazy things. I mean, mom has recordings and all kinds of things of medical neglect that was happening to her daughter while they're in the hospital. And so, anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. Please give this mom some of your time, some of your time, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.